Hey y'all, welcome to Design to Get Dirty with the McRae Sisters. I'm Paige.
And I'm Kelly,
And we're
the McRae sisters.
we have a new studio space today.
Yes, we've elevated to an outdoor space.
Sun is shining,
The birds are chirping, Katie's barking,
and we thought,
hey,
let's take this outside.
let's see, this is actually kind of more pleasant.
Honestly, it's very serene. It's very peaceful.
It is, yeah. Which is probably why we don't choose this spot normally, because that's not usually words people would use to describe us.
To describe us or our
Right.
podcast or our stories. So
Yeah, like anything related to us. Not sure.
But yeah, we're sitting on. This is actually a chairlift from Mammoth.
Yeah.
That our dad acquired and
Stole. No, just kidding. Did you see Dad on the
just
hill?
running, go skiing down with it.
It was pretty sick. If you've seen our TikTok, Paige made a sweet TikTok video of her dad putting this all together. It's pretty intricate.
A lot of work and details. But yeah, now it's like our little backyard swing under our avocado trees.
And it swings.
Like, it actually swings, right?
It actually swings. Yeah.
Whee!
Oh no, our studio. It just takes it
Oh,
off.
God. Take it down. Today we are rehashing. What's the right word?
Sure.
Recapping.
Oh, recapping.
Recapping the Biltwell 100. Complete just. I feel like I'm in survival mode.
I feel like, what I was thinking about it. You know what's crazy? People do that annually. People choose to do the 100 miles.
Not just annually. People choose to do that monthly.
That's true. There are some of you absolute psychopaths out there who are racing
Hundreds of miles like every weekend.
Yeah, I just think
That's insane.
I think you're crazy, and I also think you're one of the most impressive people
Yeah.
that I don't know, because I don't know anyone.
We don't choose to surround ourselves with people who
Yeah,
actively choose to do that.
That's
every
like the
weekend.
same kind of person that's running the turkey trot. I'm just kidding. Don't put me down for that.
Like, love that for you.
From afar, catch me with the turkey leg cheering you on. Not at 8 a.m. Maybe when you come around the fifth time.
Yeah, 100 miles in the desert is really freaking brutal.
Right.
And this course was just even more brutal. Like,
Yeah.
however crazy you think racing 100 miles through the desert is going to be, this course was like 10 times that.
And
like,
there's people who probably do even crazier courses.
Oh,
For us, for our
okay.
first time.
First 100 mile race, sure.
Right.
But there were a lot of people, like, even professionals or people who race regularly that we talked to and our friends talked to, that said they had a
For real. Exactly.
they had a hard time with the course because
they had as hard of a time with the course as Paige did.
was speaking of using the word hard. Yeah, I feel like just because this year they broke the Biltwell, so we raced the Biltwell 100, 100-mile race through the desert for those of us in the expert class that had to do 4 miles. There's other classes like
4 laps.
Sure.
100 miles. Yeah, that's
4
miles. Crazy.
Can you imagine 4 miles that feel like 100? That would be gnarly. There's 4 25-mile laps. There's other classes like Misfit class. That's whatever bike you want to race, and it's one lap. I'm sorry, am I boring you?
Get on with it already.
I explain and provide context.
No,
to
you're
the
doing
people.
great. I'm sorry. I am just tired.
And then there's people, like, the race is put on by Biltwell, so there's a lot of Harley classes or like vintage motorcycle classes, like basically bikes that shouldn't be racing on desert
Right.
are out there racing, and that's the crux of the race. Like,
Right.
that's why they started it.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of the big Harleys, vintage bikes, the street bikes, Triumphs, all that, they race on Saturday, and then the modern dirt bikes, aka our bikes, race on Sunday. So I think by the time that it was our turn to race, the course was so whooped out. Like, the whoops were, I shit you not, I think some of the whoops were taller than me.
Dude, the ones that were in that sand section were
Every time
so big.
You turn the corner and you'd see it coming and you're just like, no.
Oh, my first lap, that's where I tipped over because I was like literally had like a oh no moment. Didn't realize how slow I was going in the sand, so I just like tipped over, and some guy's like, "Are you okay?" No, I'm not okay. Look what I'm about to do.
Also, the whoops in the back section, like mile 6 through 11, right
Dude.
before the downhill, that was just
that was the part that I didn't like
like
about the
6
course.
miles of just
Yeah.
atrocious whoops.
Yeah, I actually liked 1 through 6 was cool.
1 through 6 was cool.
6 through,
the
10.
after the canyon, 6 through 10 trash.
I hated that. Every time I came up, I'm like, I just have to push through this. I liked the canyon.
I didn't mind the canyon, and then
I liked the afterwards.
yeah, and then 12 through like 18 wasn't bad. Miles 12 through 18.
Yeah,
So
I
that was
liked
just
all
like
of that.
a little bit flatter, like
It was fine. It was
you're just
like
kind of like
showing.
single, just like cutting through some brush. And then 18 through 23, 24 was just
No, because the
yeah.
what? No, 18 like
20.
yeah.
No,
'cause there's like
21.
another little whoop section because once
you hit the rocky uphill,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
fine. Okay, you're
that
right.
was cool. 'Cause I actually really liked that end. The ending part when you're coming down the hill is fun.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. So 18 through like 17 through like 21. Because I remember it was like 5 miles of just.
That was bad.
This
It was
is
really
this is
bad.
how bad it was on the ride home. Sorry, my face is so dry. I'm like
Dude, my lips are just
singed.
negative flippage.
Negative.
Ah.
This is like how Kelly and I are used to living our life anyway, just 0 lips.
I like already had 2% lips. To have negative 4% is brutal.
On the drive home, so I drove home with Dad in the RV, and we raced Sunday and then drove home Sunday night, and I was laying down in the RV. Dude, I was like laying down on the couch just trying to like sleep. I was having like PTSD from the whoops that like I closed my eyes, and anytime the RV moved, I felt like I was back in the whoop section. I got so nauseous. I had to go sit. I literally like anytime I closed my eyes, I felt like, and the RV would like shift, and I'd just be like, all of a sudden I'd be like back in the whoops, and I'm like had to open my eyes and be like, no, I'm here. I'm not on the trail anymore. I'm not out there anymore. And I got so nauseous and so car sick from that I literally had to sit in the front seat. No, I literally it felt like my shroom trip in Mammoth. I just sat in the front seat, was like deep breaths, air conditioning. Don't.
Dude, I think everyone kind of had a different experience. No one had a good time on the last lap. That's like the uniform. But heck, that is the overall consensus. But I will say, like, 1 and 2, I actually overall liked the course, except mainly that 6 to 11 section. I could not stand that section. But I was like, I'm feeling pretty good. And then I did lap 3, and I was like, all right, I'm getting a little tired, but you know what? I'm still feeling good. Something once I hit that there was just something when I finally am like, all right, last lap 1 through 5, we're having a good time. I hit that 6, and
Not having a good time.
could not stand. There was a couple moments where my legs gave out. I was just like, that's never happened to me before in a dirt bike. And I don't know if I'm being dramatic, but I try to stand up and I'd be like, fall
I
back
was
to my
going
ass.
so slow over the whoops by the 4th lap that I was literally just like, I couldn't even squeeze. It definitely was like not my race. I fell the 1st lap trying to cut the canyon, like, the canyon like S curve. So I tried, like, our friend Johnny told us to take all the like straightaways on the side, and the last one before the last S curve, there was like 9 people in front of me. You can't see shit. It is so dusty. The 1st lap, could not see anything. There was like 9 people in front of me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get around all these people. So I go up the course is like S curving this way, but there's like a little trail that comes up the hill, like goes up the hill, and I'm assuming drops down, but haven't been on this, so I don't know where it's actually gonna go. Go up, come down the other side, and like kind of panicked because I started going left and I needed to go right, and the bike stalled and I tipped over, and I was like, fuck, and then tried to like, got my bike back up, wasn't a big deal, but then like everyone that I had passed was now coming around the corner, so I couldn't just like
go.
I had to wait for all these people, so I'm sitting there. That's when I was sitting there like, I should have just stayed in line. So that was shitty. And then second lap, my fork bleeder fell out in the first lap, so oil was literally just like spewing. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a geyser. Geyser?
Yeah.
Geyser? Okay, it wasn't like a geyser, but yeah, it was like definitely coming out and just like getting all over the front of my bike, all over my hand, my pants.
I'm coming out. That was your oil. I want the world to know.
Like, I'm here, bitch.
Yeah, I know
you want your forks to work? It ain't. And then, second lap, I was hauling ass on a straightaway, and my bike just died. And, like, literally it was like, thup, thup, thup. And I was just, like, rolling, but my bike was not, And I was like, what the hell? And even though, like, 3 guys next to me were, like, looked over, and they were like, are you good? And I was like, well, obviously not. And, like, so I just pulled over off the trail, and then, like, turned my bike off, like, the key and stuff, turned it back on, started back up. I was like, okay, but then that took time. And then, third lap, I was trying to go around someone, and he didn't let me go around him, which I was kind of annoyed, because, like, I know everyone's, like, racing their own race, and, like, you kind of just have to, like, if you're behind, the person in front of you has the right of way, but also, like, when I hear someone coming up behind me, if I can help it, like, obviously if it's, like, a single track, or, like, there's a huge boulder on one side and I can't go anywhere else, then I'm like, sorry, bud, you gotta wait. But, like, if I hear someone coming up behind me, I pick a line and I stick to it, and, like, I feel like I even, like, dramatically get over just so they know that I acknowledge their presence and I'm letting them pass. This dude did not do that, and I ate shit, because he, like, I tried to go around him, and then he cut me off, and I, like, tried to turn to not hit him, and went down, and then my leg was stuck under my bike, and I was, like, trying to pull it out, and I couldn't, and I'm on the course, and people are just flying past me, and I was like, I'm gonna die here, and I, like, no, I was kidding, dramatic, but, like, I couldn't tell, and I, like, couldn't tell if my, pipe was, like, on my leg. I feel like the adrenaline was just pumping, and I was like, oh god, I gotta get my leg out before it burns through my pants, and, like, my boot stuck, and I was too weak to pick my bike up, and then finally I had to, like, use my other leg to, like, leverage my bike up, scoop my other leg out, get up. That cost me at least 8 minutes.
Ugh, brutal.
But, and then, so after all that, by the 4th lap, I was not having fun.
I'm not having fun.
I was not having fun. I couldn't stand. My legs would not let me.
That was a crazy sensation I've never had on a dirt bike. Was like,
I physically could not.
Yeah, which is so rough, because when you're in the whoops, the only thing that helps is standing up, and I was like, I cannot.
I feel like the whoops were, like, pushing me to stand up. Like, I'd be sitting down,
and then I just drop my ass back down.
I'd be, like, sitting down, and then I'd hit my first whoop, and the motion would force me up, and then I'd hit all the whoops, and then,
ragdolling it can't even summarize what I was just like, and I'd come back down, and I'd come back.
Whatever footage they got, thank God I didn't see any photographers on my 4th lap.
Not on the whoop sections, they weren't out there.
I didn't see any photographers on the 4th lap either, and I'm so thankful.
Except Daryl, I was like, don't record this.
Well, I almost ran into a bush, because right before that sandy section, Daryl was up on a hill, and I, like, saw him, and he was like, hey, bud, and I was like, hey, woo, and then I looked down, and I was in the sand, like, beelining for a bush, and I was like, oh my god, and I almost went down, and he's like, oh, jeez, I almost made a crash. But that was nice. Daryl rode with me the last, like, 4 or 5 miles of my ride, which honestly was very helpful and encouraging, because one, I was like, I don't want him to make fun of me for having poor form. Or not standing, but also I was like, I just needed that motivation to, like, make it to the finish line, because I'm not gonna lie, there was a part of me that was like, after the 3rd lap, I was like, I don't know if I could do another lap. I don't know if but to your point, like, I felt good laps 1 through 2, like 1 and 2, I felt fine. Lap 3, I was, like, pretty good, came in, like, across the finish line, but, like, at the end of lap 3, I was like, do I really need to do the 4th lap? And then I was like, obviously I'm not a quitter, like, I was like, I'm gonna do the 4th lap, even if I'm the last fucking person out there, like, even if I'm sitting down the entire ride, I'm, of course, I'm not gonna, like, not do the 4th lap, but Yeah, the chances of me doing the full 100 miles again.
Right. So, Misfit next year.
Or, like, I think the dual sport class did, like, 2 laps, maybe 3. And I was like, okay.
Okay, it's great. I don't have dual sport.
Well, we gotta get you. Well, your bike stopped working anyway, so I might be getting you a dual sport anyway. But
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, shout out to Daryl for following me in the last lap. That's right. I had a great first, second lap. Felt great. Felt pretty good my third lap. I was starting to feel it. But I heard my bike making a weird noise. I was like, it's crazy. What am I gonna do though? Like, that's what I was like, if I stop and Dad has to look at the bike, like, they're not gonna fix it right then. So I was like, we're taking her into the fourth lap. And then every time I pulled my clutch in, it just kept dying. I was like, well, I guess I'll stay in one gear and just call it a day. And Daryl was like, your bike sounds like shit. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then it just kept riding along. All that being said, I think we did quite excellent with all of those things.
Yeah, I mean, very proud of us.
Yeah.
Like we said.
The fact we even did it, the fact that anyone who did it and gave it their all out there is pretty impressive.
Yeah, like, we don't normally ride 100 miles in a whole day.
Yeah,
like, when we
with
go out
beers.
with beers and lunch. Like, so the fact that we did it in, like, less than 4 hours in a race setting.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of us. And we ended up placing 63rd and 65th out of 279 people on Sunday.
Pretty cool.
Which I think that's pretty freaking rad. And obviously taking into account that, like, it first ranks all the people who did 4 laps, then all the people who did 3 laps, then the people who did 2, then the people who did 1. So, like, it's not 279 people that did 4 laps.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of people that finished before us.
Sure.
But I appreciate it.
Be that as it may.
Be that as it may. I appreciate that they give us.
We still did excellent.
They give us credit for doing the 4th lap,
and
that ranks us higher.
Right.
So yeah, it's still like a really fun weekend.
Right.
And just being out there is super fun, and like seeing all of the support and camaraderie, because it, like, as much as it is a race, like, it's for fun. It's for fun. It's not like a traditional race where there's like hella competition and people like beating each other down. Like, it really is about just good times and being out there. And like, you see so many people stop, not the people that passed us, but you really do see so many people stop and help others. Like, if you were seriously injured or like had a huge crash, people will stop to take care of you. And just even like everyone cheering each other on in the pits and stuff. Like, it's just such a cool race. And truly, if you want to try a desert race, or like have never raced before, I think this is like the perfect start.
Yeah, I agree.
To get into racing, or just to even try it. And again, you don't have to do
the full
100 miles. Like, there's multiple classes where you can do 1 lap or 2 laps or 3 laps.
Yeah.
So it's, again, I don't know. I'm like, we'll see. My competitive ass, like, we'll see. But I got off my bike and I was like, when I say that I want to sign up again next year, remind me of this feeling.
Yeah. But it's so true, the race does attract just good time people. Like, helpful, everyone's there to have a good time. Everyone, I mean, you still want to do well, but
oh, sure.
Like, I think you described it perfectly. So I think, anyone who listens to our podcast would like to race. I think it is a great intro race. It's just, even outside of the race, the whole weekend is just a really good time.
Yeah.
So.
And they do such a good job with it. Like, check-in is super smooth and seamless, and I just want to make sure that
listen up.
Make sure it catches. My boys. They do such a good job with check-in and being very clear about like what time things are and where you need to be, like where you line up and stuff. And they have like free beer, free water, free tacos at night, like during the award ceremonies. And then a lot of different camps put on different parties, and like everyone's friends out there. So it's just an all around like really good weekend, and just a good time. And we'll see what next year brings. I'm still in recovery mode. I'm so sore.
Dude,
my
lips,
freaking
hands.
Yeah, hands. Oh my god, yours are.
Mine are brutal.
Oh my god.
I know.
I mean, my like hands are like my callus are like I have a little bit, but that's
dude, it's bad. They hurt. It like was throbbing yesterday.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's the Biltwell 100. Next up we have Stagecoach.
We got some fun times.
We're going to Stagecoach in 2 weeks. We got full girl gang. There's 9 of us going, so that's gonna be a rowdy weekend. Super excited. Come home from that on Monday, and then we leave on Thursday for the Terra Crew Speed Metal event in Adelanto.
Oh yes.
Oh. Did you not know about it? Oh.
No, I accepted the calendar invite.
I was like, why do you sound surprised to hear about this?
No, I just forgot that. Well, I remembered the event, I just forgot when it was. So I'm like, oh, that's so fun. I didn't realize it was so soon.
Yeah. So it's like, come home from Stagecoach, we go straight into that. That'll be super fun. It's free camping all weekend. So we're going to be out there camping with some friends. And we have I don't want to say it on camera. I'll tell you about it afterward. But KMC, we're working on another fun video that we can do while we're out there.
Sure.
You're gonna hate it.
Oh, great.
We'll be out there slinging deals. It's also Cinco de Mayo weekend, so like
I forgot that's coming up as well.
If you see us with a piñata,
no, mind your business. Actually, don't mind your business.
Don't mind your business. Come on over.
Yeah, get in the business.
Maybe we could borrow Bacon's margarita machine. That'd be
sweet. Is Bacon gonna be there?
I don't know.
Or we invite Bacon.
We could do that. Yeah. But yeah, and then we have like a week off, a week break. We're home, and then we go to our friend Brittany and Dylan's wedding.
Woo!
Super excited about that. That's like a Tuesday through Friday morning thing.
We love it.
And then we drive home Friday. The wedding's on Thursday. We drive home Friday. Pick up the wedding's in Northern California, so yeah, we drive home, pick up the trailer, and then keep driving to Orange County, because then that Saturday, May 18th, or 17th?
I don't know.
16th.
What
is
the
wedding?
Days?
It's whatever that Saturday of May, like 15th, 16th, 17th, something around there. We will be in Orange County for the Sand Sport Super Swap.
Super Swap!
Duh! So... Oh my goodness. It just felt natural.
Sure. That was an intrusive thought. That just expelled from your body.
It took over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's actually going to be our new sign-off.
But yeah, so a lot of exciting events coming up for us.
Yeah.
Also exciting, I found out today. Oh, I'm getting a filling.
Oh, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
I have to get a root canal.
Yeah.
So we're just fucking up our teeth over here.
Kelly upgraded to a root canal.
Yeah. It hasn't been confirmed, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
99% sure.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I went into the dentist today for my cleaning, and they were like, hey, you know that little tiny filling you've been avoiding for 2 years? I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah.
You're like, that's crazy.
Is it immediate? She's like, well, we've been avoiding it for 2 years. So
yeah, it's like,
if you don't do it now, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I have no pain, no nothing.
Must be nice.
It is nice, but she was like, if you don't do it now, it could get worse.
And you're like, well, on that note.
And I actually have dental insurance now, so
that is
should
nice.
do it. Yeah.
I think that's all we have to say. Anything else?
I guess the other update, I feel like I've just been talking this entire episode.
I love it for you.
I don't.
Oh.
You got something to say?
I'm tired.
Yeah, the only other update, so went to the manufacturer, our new manufacturer, got to see...
Holy crap, that dog was fucking...
If you yawn one more time...
I can't help it, I just came back from work.
You're deepy.
Tired.
Deepy.
I need to rest up before it kicked me.
Went to the manufacturer. Super cool experience to meet the team. they physically sewed 2 of our samples while I was standing there, which was super cool. Just like a cool experience. The amount, honestly, so much respect, the amount of work that it's easy for them in the sense that like they do this all the time, and she made it look very easy, but I'm like, she had to change machines like 4 times for like different sewing techniques on different parts. But the fact that, I mean, she literally just like, like literally just like took 2 pieces, was like the back and the side, and like hand like kind of just looked at it and was like, zzz. I'm like, no, you want like, but I mean, they're perfect. They were amazing. So I was like, that's crazy. Like, dude, that she just whipped it out like that. That was
sure,
so cool.
After like years of doing it, it's just second nature.
Yeah. The only bummer was all of the colors were off. So, and it's honestly to be expected. Something we learned long ago, every machine prints the same color differently. So like, even if you give them the hex color, like, I mean, white and black are pretty like standard, but like for a pink or a blue or whatever, like, or brown, we gave them a hex color for a certain shade of brown, and it came back like almost red. And they're like, well, that's just how our printer interprets that hex color, which it's so interesting to me because you think
it's like it's an exact color.
It's the exact color, but like, yeah, and we've experienced this with other printers and like our other manufacturer and stuff too. So it's something that's we've come to expect it, but it is just crazy. Like, all of the colors were so off. And so kind of have to go back to the drawing board on that. And it's basically what we did is like, we sent them pictures of what we wanted to look like. And we're like, match the color, don't match the hex code, if that makes sense. Like, this is what we want it to look like. So whatever color you need to use to get it to look like this, do that. Don't worry about the hex code we provided. And then there was like the sizing of the new jersey was like a little bit off from the sizing of our existing jerseys. And so we just want to make sure that we get the sizing right, like, so that our new smalls match our existing smalls, vice versa. So they're printing us new samples in the new, hopefully, correct colorways, and then just making sure in those samples that the sizing aligns with what we already have. So, obviously like a little bummed because we were hoping that, of course, all the samples would be perfect and that we could just move forward with making them. And if we did do that, we probably would have raced in 2 of the samples at the Biltwell just to get a little exposure and like get some photos and stuff. But
is it just because we want to wear them?
And just because we want to wear them. But obviously didn't happen, so.
And that's showbiz.
And that's showbiz, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'd like you to say something.
Oh, for the, last time, we actually got like 17 listeners on our podcast.
Well, howdy doody.
And I'd like to say thank you to all 17 of y'all, and I hope this time it's closer to like maybe 20.
That's your one contribution to this?
I truly have. I mean, I feel like the updates were given, and you did great.
This was very lackluster.
The episode?
Yeah.
What? No, I thought it was great. Guys, because we're not like our usual, like, bouncing off each other.
Yeah, it just feels very deprived of energy.
I could do a little dance. I could sing you a little song. There's been actually an obscene amount of songs sung on this podcast for there only being 9 episodes.
Sing me a song.
Why do we have like 6 songs?
I told you, we're writing an album.
That's true. I just was
trying to collaborate with Morgan Wallen.
For 2 people who are not musically inclined.
Speak for yourself.
We have an obscene amount of songs on each podcast. Yeah, I could sing you something. I think I'd like to yodel, actually. That's okay. That sounds like my dirt bike on the last lap. Like, you know, sometimes baby do, and sometimes baby won't. And today baby just can't.
Not that baby won't, it's that baby can't.
Baby can't. It's and that is showbiz, you know?
Alright, well, bye bitch.
Bye bitch. Is bitches.